What's going on, guys? Kag here. Today we're talking everything about Gladiator. If you haven't seen already, I've done 2 videos so far in this series, everything about Scholar and everything about Marksman. Check those videos out if you will. So today we're going to talk about Gladiator and everything about it. So Swordsman as a class is very in your face. It was the only one that did it like this. Now that we have Lancer, there are 2. And some people really enjoy this in-your-face playstyle. The range stuff is very powerful because you hit from a range, but the power of the swordsman cannot be denied, as well as the HP steal rate. Now, to remind you how this works, if we look right here, I actually have too much. If you look down here in the bottom right hand corner, HP steal rate, you see I have 102% roughly. I want to knock that down. I'm trying to move things around to lower that. It's just what I have from classes and things like this. And what this is percent chance to trigger. That's a percent chance to, this is not lifesteal. This is not I heal for 102% of my damage dealt. This is 102% chance that I will trigger healing on myself when I use a skill. Now, it'll be 12% for AoE type skills, and almost every skill in the game is AoE. The only ones, to my knowledge, that are not are Never Miss, multi-shot from Marksman, as well as the regular basic attack from Ranger. Everything else that I've seen is multi-target. Anything that can hit multiple people, as well as that hits anything that can be thrown into an area. It's not based off of does it hit one person. It's based off of can it hit one person or can it hit multiple. So it's very, very powerful. If it is a single target in those specific instances, it'll heal you for 40% of damage done. So HP steal rate is the most beneficial for Marksman. Now, so we're going to heal 12% of everything we do because we have 100% HP steal rate. Now, that's going to sound like a lot until you actually see what the Gladiator is doing over here. And as we see, Punitive Chop and Moonslash, they're going to suck some of our current HP. So if we're low, it's going to suck a low amount of HP, and it's going to heal us by percentage of damage dealt. And we're going to be dealing a lot of damage. So we're healing, this is where we're going to get most of our healing from. And it's going to be doing a lot of damage because Gladiator's passive says we gain 3% of our max HP as attack. So we're not really worried about crit rate or break. We're just looking for big white numbers. Just our base numbers are going to be very, very powerful. I will be getting to Berserker in a moment. I'm just giving you an overview of the class as a whole, and then we'll talk about Gladiator itself, then we'll talk about Berserker. So, no matter which side you pick, it is going to be melee. You are going to be going into range, but that doesn't mean you have to be in melee all the time. You do have some dancing capabilities. So what I mean by that is we dash in, do our combo. This is our primary PvP combo for Gladiator. And then we don't want to just stick there. We want to be moving. We want to be going around. We don't want to be just standing there. We do want to get a couple basics, like in between cooldowns. But you want to be swapping classes. You want to be moving around. You don't want to just be standing there. You want to be moving between characters. A big thing. Now let's get into Gladiator specific. So as I said, this is our primary PvP combo. Dash in, knock up, pull it in, and then Punitive Chop. So what's happening here is you close the gap with the uppercut, You can also, if you already start pretty close to your opponent, you can save the uppercut for you to follow up afterwards. But when you're just trying to burst out of nowhere, just a big burst, you dash in, knock them up, which reduces their defense and block, which means the next couple skills you cast are going to hit them for a lot. This also, if you're in a game mode that has access to fairies, this is a good time to drop Primrose or any other stun fairy, to drop them and have them locked into place. Moonslash to bring them into you, and then slow them down. And then while they're trying to get away or while they're still recovering from that, you hit them with that punitive chop, which does massive damage. That is a very powerful combo, even from a tank. This is going to do even more. Like I said, we're focusing on the white numbers. And how we're doing that is when we go to will, where's it at? This right here, super strength. As we see down here, after triggering the core skill, fierce attack is going to be a good one. It's a good starting one if we're going for burst, as well as something like nightmare, because we are doing a bunch of CC. These are good ones to instantly trigger these if you want some damage. For defense, God Bless does not trigger, even though we do want God Bless on our bar. Also, the what's it called? God Bless, and they keep changing the name of it. Tenacity, Rigidity. This does trigger, but it only triggers when they hit you. And while that is going to be happening when you're bursting them out of nowhere, rigidity isn't really going to be a big thing. So ideally, if you're going for a burst CC kind of thing, I would suggest what I would go with is level 12 God Bless and level 12 Nightmare. That's going to give you, because during that Nightmare, you're going to be stacking your God Bless. And you want to be staying in that combat so you can stack it up, get God Bless rolling, and then they have a hard time recuperating and going back onto you and attacking back. Nightmare is going to give you that CC to knock all of our CC effects, which pretty much every skill we're using is CC, as well as our fairies. And then if you want to forego defense and just want to go pure damage, then that'll be Fierce Attack Nightmare. Now, let's talk about fairy choices. As you see, I am using Earth Echo. Earth is my strongest team. I am slowly bringing up everything else. For something like Gladiator, I get the question all the time, is water good? I think water is specifically bad because it does increase your healing, but that's primarily what it does, HP and healing. Most people will still cut through you like paper. I've done a video on stats and the damage calculation, and defense is way better than HP. So Earth, if you're trying to be tanky, is the way to go. It also gives you some damage, which, as we saw, we heal based on damage through HP steal rate, as well as punitive chop and moonslash. So increasing our damage while also being tankier is very, very powerful. You have to remember, though, when you do build Earth fairies, you want high defense, high protection rate, because just having, oh, I have a bonus to my defense, that doesn't matter unless you have a high defense. Now, if you want to be offensive, fire is still very, very powerful. Not because you're going specifically for the crit, but that will be powerful. You will have to move things around, but if you want to go for high white numbers and be offensive, then obviously Holy Fairies is going to be the best, hands down. Specifically once you get to that level 5, level 6 range, where you do good execute damage, which you will heal yourself based on, as well as reducing your opponent's HP steal rate. Now, as far as our fairy generations down here, as we said, some super strength is very, very powerful. Another good one is Soul Hunt, which is going to give us a flat % damage increase. All of the ones I'm going to talk about right here are valid and worthwhile to consider, but this is going to depend on the game mode you're going on. Are you doing a long, drawn-out match like, Guild Boss, or are you doing a quick engage like Top League? So Soul Hunt is very good. Super Strength is very good. And where is it at? God Bless Heal is also very good, because all your skills are doing AoE damage. As long as you're staying on all the enemies and doing damage to all the enemies, you're reducing all their healing effects, which are very, very powerful in PvP circumstances. So as we talked about, our main PvP combo is going to be dash in, knock up, pull in, and slash. Now the big thing that a lot of gladiators struggle with is, what does my PvE set look like? And if we take a look, you can just do this and it will be fine, but crosscut and combo hit are also very, very powerful skills. You are giving up Punitive Chop because that is primarily a healing type skill. This is our very powerful PvE focused build right here. Bam. Those two skills are very, very powerful. Soul Blast still works in most PvE content. It even works in Guild Boss. Look at the cooldown of these two skills, very, very quick, and allows you to keep going. Now, everyone's going to ask about Berserker. And let's check out Berserker. So if we do like that, flash, flash, bam. So Berserker's big issue right here is that in PvP, it's a very high risk, high reward type style, and it's also a whale type style, to be honest. You kind of have to have more stats than your opponent to take advantage of the difference here, because when you dash in and go for someone with these skills, they're going to be able to jump on you and kill you a lot quicker than you kill them, unless you're charging down someone who's already low. What Berserker does have going for them is they do have several dashes, and if you hit with this fourth skill, you get to use it again, and then you can even equip like that so that you have additional dashes. You'll have 4 dashes, as well as the knockup and flash. The skill right here is very cool, because if it does kill something, you get to reuse it. So you get to go flash, 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 going on to different targets. What you're really going to want for this is Slaughter, Fierce Attack, and Holy Echo. These are very, very important, because Slaughter, if they're under 50%, you do more damage. Same thing with Holy Echo, same thing with Berserker as a whole. So they're very, very powerful in securing that last hit, killing someone who's already low, but you need to get them low, which Berserker is not very good at doing. Let me know what you guys think down below. Gladiator, Berserker, am I too hard on the Berserker? Now, as far as I've been getting these questions as well. What's the IO? What's the cards? What's the crystals? For crystals, we're going to want attack and tenacity for sure in everything. And then if you want to do more damage, go for some break. If you want to do more tankiness in PvE, then get some block. Crit is always good for most classes. But for Gladiator specifically, we're focusing on our white numbers, not really crits. As far as your cards, you want to go over here, and if we go to the book, it'll show you what everything can do. And as you see, like right here, the 2 yellows, as we see, are crit, damage increase, or break, pierce. You really got to decide what you're going for. Generally, I like the damage increase, but I don't really want the crit in this build. And if we look down here, it's the same thing. The reds are the same thing, but better. Same thing for all of these down here. Some of the best ones for us are going to be the right here. Tenacity, damage reduction, and the question mark down here can show up anything. It could be a flat number like another, like where's that, a block, or it could be a percent number like a protection rate. And it doesn't have to be the same ones that show up in their range. It could be anything, as we see from, if I go down here, where's it at? Right here, crit, damage increase, protection rate. 2 percentage numbers are what you want to strive for as much as possible. We talked about crystals, fate cards. As far as down here are IOs. As you see, I only have one that I rolled HP steal rate because it was pink. I'm actually going to re-roll this because I don't need all the HP steal rate I have. I already have more than enough. Minus this, I'll still be at 90%, which is way more than enough. Over 70 is just fine, and that's all you really need. Then you want to be going for damage from players reduced. You want to be going for, this is a perfect one right here. Obviously the HP could be better, but damage reduction, protection rate, those are all good. Up here, damage increase, damage to adventurers increase, pierce, all good stats to be looking for. As far as these two right here, I like the damage increase, damage decrease, damage reduction, because those can be used for any class and it will be doing just fine. Let me see, last but not least, when you do your cooking for when you want to go into PvE or PvP, you want chocolate cake, you want fried food platter, you're also going to want matcha chicken wings and fried pork chop. When you do PvE, you're going to have kind of a hard time because you don't care about crit rate or break really. So what I suggest is food platter, where's it at? Food platter, chocolate cake, barley tea, and fried egg. So you get attack, attack, HP, HP, and remember the extra HP turns into attack for Gladiator. That's everything Gladiator. Let me know what you guys think. Till next time, guys.